Even if he goes out, that'll be an awesome last match. He survives. What about Caroline Garcia? Also announced this will be her final French Open, playing Bernarda Pera.
Yeah, and I can't imagine, announcing this is going to be your final major at your home major. There's so much emotion and all of that comes into play, and it can be very difficult to just prepare for what was a tough match for Garcia on paper any day of the week. Bernarda Pera playing some very good tennis. She was able to take the first set and then got the break in the second. She's a tricky lefty who moves well on the red clay. She's very comfortable on this surface and was able to get it done in straight sets in the end, and kind of kept the crowd out of it for the most part.
An emotional ending for Caroline Garcia. Got a standing ovation on Suzanne Lenglen after. Said the tears have come every single day after making it public that this would be the last time she's playing the French Open. Did say, though, she hopes to play the other two majors this year, Wimbledon, the U.S. Open, as well as the inaugural WTA grass court event at Queen's Club. Richard Gasquet, he's not done yet. How about that? More than 600 wins, got to 7 in the world for Garcia. Won the WTA Finals in Fort Worth 3 years ago. Top 4 in singles and doubles. 2 major titles at the French Open back in the day as well in doubles. So an incredible career for Garcia. But let's talk about her a little bit and what she's able to accomplish on the court. Still pretty young as well, Tracy.
Absolutely. I actually interviewed Garcia at Indian Wells this year, and it was for a company talking about mental health. And she was so honest about the anxiety that she's been feeling for most of the last year. She said she's having panic attacks before she goes on the court. She's not really enjoying herself when she's out there. She tried to take the last 3 months off of 2024 to try to rectify it. She's engaged now, so she's very happy off the court. But she said what's happened is that she was stuck on what I haven't achieved. So she thought at the beginning of her career, that's painful when you hear that. Because she's had such a great career, amazing career high 4. You talked about all of the accolades. But you remember when she was first playing at Roland Garros, and she was beating actually Maria Sharapova, who was a top seed, and Andy Murray tweeted, "This is a future #1 in the world." And that's probably what set the standard so high and her expectations, and that's very tough that she felt like she didn't achieve that. And I interviewed 3 young ladies in the WTA that day in Indian Wells. All 3 said that was the problem. They were stuck on not achieving what they thought they were going to achieve. That was hard to hear. It tore my heart.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's where you should listen to what Madison Keys said before she won the Australian Open, that she kind of let go of what she felt she needed to do and said, I don't need to do anything more in tennis. And that was the beginning of her winning her biggest title, her first major. So it's very difficult as a player when you are in the midst of it. You do have what is in your head, what you feel you should be able to achieve, what you want to achieve, what your goals are. And it can be difficult to just get down and play sometimes. Interestingly enough, we saw that list of the best players to never have won a major, and maybe Caroline Garcia, we would have put her on that list as well. Certainly a top 5 player, has gotten to major semis, won the tour finals. At one point, she looked like she was maybe going to get to that top spot, but it's just so difficult when you actually have to get it done, match in and match out, especially over a 2-week period. And I think for Caroline Garcia, the mental side really took its toll. So hopefully in this second part of her life, I mean, she's still so young, but hopefully she can continue to find that meaning, continue to stay involved with the sport. But look, she's got some more events. We don't know exactly when her last one is going to be, right?
No.
But it'll be fun to see her, and hopefully she can find a high level of tennis that will take her out more on her own terms, really, this season.
One of my least favorite words is expectation, especially for athletes. I think it's a cancer. I think that can be an absolute erosion of the character of what you're trying to do. And one of the best ways to combat that is to try to figure out how to have long-term macro goals that aren't solely based on results.
Okay, say that again, Paul.
No, I can't.
Long-term macro goals that aren't based solely on results.
Solely based on results. And when you look at what she's done, to me, it's been a phenomenal career, yet she has that pit in her stomach. And to me, that's sad. She's had a great career.
The last